Wilson. Do you know that? You know when they got to number, I think it was number 1 and number 2, and they were on Top of the Pops, and the producer of Top of the Pops turned around and went, Jackie Wilson, and he went, yeah. He said, who is it? And he told him it was the darts player, and they put a great big picture of the darts player on the back of the Top of the Pops.
I haven't got any clue what you're talking about at all.
Yeah, Texas Midnight Runners.
Popcorn
Pundits.
Podcast.
Week 40.
What
Oh.
the fuck was that?
Texas Midnight Runners.
Sometimes-
With Jackie Wilson.
Can you keep your music fucking trivia to your Friday
Sometimes
mornings,
you just
please?
have to let him
I
tangent.
do not.
Who are we?
We are the Popcorn Pundits. My name is Peter James Ungar,
And I'm James Michael Mulchrome.
and weirdly, I thought our producer,
Yes.
Nikky Smart, was the one
Nikki
getting the sack
Thatcher
today
Smart,
for forgetting
yes.
to turn the microphones on.
Wow.
But
Obviously
it's
not.
you.
Yes. You weird tangent man, you. Ask me to talk about the Muppets later, okay?
Okay.
I've got an interesting fact about the
Just
Muppets.
write it on your sheets.
I have. It's written down here. Look, Muppets.
Okay, when I see that,
Yeah.
and I'll ask you to
Yeah,
tell
you
me
do
about
that.
the
You
Muppets.
do that. Okay. Watch. So Peter's job is usually to introduce the top 10. Nikki's job is usually to keep us all in line.
Are we mixing it up?
Yeah. And my job is usually just to give some random things and talk about mine.
I don't see it like that at all.
Don't you see that?
I see you as Yoda of this
Really?
podcast.
Why? Because his sentences aren't.
It's the hairy ears, actually.
Oh, yeah, that's what it is.
It's the movie you must watch.
I look at myself as the Padawan,
Yes.
and
that?
she's Obi-Wan. And,
Yes.
Obi-Wan.
in the,
Hang on, which colour lightsaber do I have if I'm Obi-Wan?
you're... Oh, God.
I'm green.
Isn't that red?
No, Darth's red.
Yeah.
I want to be red.
No, Padme. You Padme. You've got a pink one.
Can we please get on with this?
So get on with it.
Why are we here? I know we said who we are, but we haven't said why we're doing this podcast.
We are here to ensure that everybody on the planet listening to us gets a full level of information and reference going on at the cinema at the moment.
Well, we just kind of watch films and tell people whether they should see them or not.
Oh, if you want to dumb it down, it's
Just,
fine.
yeah, just
Encouraging
let's-
people to go to their local
let's dumb it down.
cinemas.
Yeah, okay, let's dumb it down. So, top 10, movie reviews, and then homework.
Oh, we got attacked by a fucking pigeon then, did you see that? Freaked me out. Number 10 is Twisters.
Yes,
We want to see it, it's very
we
average.
didn't mind it.
Number 9 is Coraline.
Still haven't seen it. I did see a little snippet of them talking about the animation online the other day.
Okay.
Looked interesting. Didn't watch though. Anyway, Number 8.
Number 8 is The Crow. Now you have... We went down a little rabbit warren of conversation, didn't we,
We
before we
did
started
indeed,
recording
yes.
for the second
Second
time.
time.
And you were
Something for
saying...
a habit.
So, obviously, it was... the original film was when Brendan Lee died on set.
that's right,
And
Bruce's son.
That's it. And then they had to finish the film off with a body double, and it was CGI face, I think, from memory. It was a very early form.
Very
face.
early, yes,
Yeah.
absolutely.
But apparently, the fact that I didn't know about his death was...
So apparently, it was all to do with obviously when they're shooting actors on said film shoots, they have little packs of blood that explode outwards. And so when you get shot, the explosion of blood comes out of you. Apparently, the rumours are that the Brandon Lee got killed by those packs because they were pointing the wrong way around. So when said shot him, the packs went actually inside him and killed him.
Jesus.
Oh, I know. Can you imagine that?
Charlie Sheen should have got some of them, shouldn't he? Number 7, Inside Out 2.
Yes, which I went to see last week and I cried.
Oh, it's just really cute.
Yes,
Number 6 is Blink Twice.
which you went to see this week.
Yeah, because I went to see the wrong film. Okay, so
Is
I
it
might...
about the best band ever?
Yes, it is.
Yes, I love Blink 182.
Why are you thinking you went to see the wrong film? Because I wanted to see this as well.
Yeah, but you went to see the film we were meant to go and see, and you always book your tickets
Yes.
to the cinema and then send me the really cute notification
I
that
know.
says, "Hi,
Yes,
I'm
come
gonna-
and join me.
This is my seat.
I'm going to see this at this
And this
time."
is my seat.
And I didn't even look at that. I
No,
just,
you don't care
from
anymore.
our kind of,
Yeah.
this week does kind of feel like I don't care, but I do have good reason.
I think. So you've seen Blink twice.
Just the once. But
I wanted to go. I wanted to go and see Kneecap, but I was too exhausted, and I've heard some fantastic things about it. So I will watch it before next week.
Number 5 is
Yes.
Kneecap. Number 4 is Despicable Me 4.
Which
No.
you went to see.
Yes. Number 3 is Deadpool and Wolverine.
That's right. Which you've seen twice, and I've only seen once.
Yeah. Number 2, and you went to see this week, I believe. It Ends With Us.
I didn't see it.
No, we've had some reviews in it.
Have you?
Yes.
Excellent. That's
That's
good. That's good to know. And number 1 is Alien: Romulus.
Yes, Alien. This is a brilliant film to the last 10 minutes.
I love that the spoken colon is
Yes.
becoming a thing.
I think you're right.
Now I'm very proud of
Colon.
that. I think that's one of my favourite.
I think that's what you've added to this industry.
I think it is.
What's the significance for the Romulus bit?
Romulus is one of the space
That's a-
stations. It's a dual space station, and
That's
Romulus is one side of it.
Is the other one Venus?
Yes.
Because they're the kids who built Rome, aren't they?
That's
Yes.
correct. They're the kids. Those kids.
That is what the reference
And they
is.
did actually reference that in the film as
Did
well.
they?
Yes,
That's
they
good to know.
did
Fun fact.
indeed.
Taking my job.
So that's your top 10 at the cinema at the moment. We would recommend people to go and see Alien, Deadpool, obviously, Despicable Me 4.
I'll let you know in a minute.
Okay. Inside Out 2, obviously. I don't think you should go and see The Crow because I've heard awful things about it. Twisters, if you're going with a family, you want a good action adventure movie.
Well, that must almost be on telly.
Almost built dollar. Trap, if you don't mind a twisty, twirly plot and you don't mind discarding the truth for, the little bit of realism to one side.
And
If
we
you
don't
wanna
need
see
to
a
go any further
comedy.
down than that.
I think you're right. Let's do it.
Okay.
Okay. So that's your top 10 at the cinema. If you have seen anything at the cinema or seen something a little bit more alternative at the cinema, please let us know. Give us a review and, what?
I've just noticed something.
What's that?
Well, I'll tell you in a second.
Okay. I'm excited now. So yes, let us know if you've seen a film that we have not reviewed or is not in the top 10. Please, at the cinema. Peter McPete.
No, Jamesy McJames.
Yes,
You went to the cinema this week,
I did.
and you went to see a film.
Yes.
Which isn't in the top 10.
I know.
That was my thing.
All right.
I think that's the first time we've been to see, well, apart from when we were invited to the premiere.
We don't have to talk about that. We don't.
We don't talk
Yes.
about that.
No, I have to say, my local Odeon blessed me with a non-commercial film that's not in the top 10. Which I was
Right,
over
okay.
the moon with.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
So, do you want to start with your review or my review?
Do your review first.
Okay,
I tell
fine.
you what, why did you... Because you got 2 reviews, haven't you?
Yes.
Do one, and then I'll do one, and then you do one.
Okay.
Which one do you do first?
I'll do my Blink twice.
Do you blink twice? Because I really want to see this, but I want to know a little bit more about it. Like I'm listening to a review.
Okay, so I went to see Blink twice.
Yes.
It's a 15 certificate, and it's 1 hour 42 minutes long.
Yes.
Which would mean it's a classic horror.
It would do, because it's
time.
in that remit.
Yeah, it's not. It's not a horror film.
Okay.
In fact, so before I went to see this, I was
Yes.
chatting to my son, and he said, "What are you going to see?" And I said, "Blink twice." And he said, "Oh, what do you know about it?" I said, "Actually, nothing at all. I didn't know
Yep.
who was in it. I didn't know who directed
You didn't know
it.
Channing Tatum was in it?
I didn't know anything about
Oh,
it
really?
at all. I didn't know
Okay.
anything about the storyline. I didn't know anything about
Yeah.
it at all. So this is written and directed by Zoe Kravitz.
Which we like.
I would do anything for Zoe Kravitz.
Would you?
Anything.
Okay.
Yeah, you know the laminated cards we all have in our wallets.
Yes.
She's 5 of my 5.
Wow.
She
Wow.
can literally do the no wrong in the
Okay.
entire planet.
I'll let her know next time I see her.
I adore her.
Yes.
And it's also co-written by
I say Pete thinks you're okay.
great name coming. E.T. Feigenbaum.
No.
Yeah, there we go. So he wrote the American series version of High Fidelity, which was starring.
Feigenbaum, right.
Cool, isn't it? Don't
Yeah.
pretend you can read that.
That's not me.
I'll just say it to you again later on. Which was starring Zoe Kravitz.
Yes.
And so basically,
Which I
obviously
never saw.
No, I didn't see it either. But so that's obviously where the relationship was formed,
I
and they
think so.
co-wrote this film together. So it stars Channing Tatum, who is obviously Mr. Zoe Kravitz. Hate the man. And he plays a character called Slater King.
Yes.
Who is this kind of like oligarchical type character.
Yes.
Who is well.
The impression I get from him, from the trailer I saw, he came across like the character from Knives Out 2, that was played by Edward Norton, which was kind of like a play on Elon Musk-esque.
He's that type of character.
There you go, thank you. Right, so
absolutely
they're playing it right.
Yeah, totally. And basically, so at the beginning, we are introduced to 2 characters. We're introduced to Frida, who's played by Naomi Ackie,
Yep.
and her friend, called Jess, who is played by Elia Shawkat, another really cool name.
Great pronunciation. I'm in awe of your pronunciation.
But this film has got so many stars in it. It's absolutely fantastic.
Right.
But Jess, I was looking at the whole film going, I know you, I recognise your really lovely round freckly face.
Right.
Where the hell do I know you from?
Okay.
And she played Maybe from Arrested Development. Now I know you haven't seen Arrested Development, have you? And this is the one thing. I forget homework, forget anything.
Yeah.
You would love Arrested
Would
Development.
I?
It is so funny.
Is Jason Bateman in it?
Yes.
I like Jason Bateman.
Yeah. And it's brilliant. It's absolutely fantastic.
I might consider that as my next. After I've just finished watching Taskmaster.
Oh yeah, cool.
Yeah.
Say it again.
Taskmaster. Don't
Right.
start.
Okay, so this film stars Elia Shawkat, as I just said,
Yes.
Shannon Tatum. It also stars Christian Slater.
Really?
Say what?
And does he look still as young as he always has done?
He looks-
He's so annoying, isn't
Yeah, he looks a little bit rougher around the
he?
edges.
Yeah, but still.
This film has got Gina
was in
Davis
Heathers.
in it.
Has
It's
it?
got Gina Davis
Is
in
a
it.
mouse still as big as it was?
Yeah,
Yeah.
I haven't finished yet. It's got Carl McLaughlin in it.
I like that person.
And it's got Haley Joel Osment in it.
Who's that?
It's Sixth Sense boy.
Oh, really? Him?
Yeah, absolutely.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Okay,
Right.
so that's
Nice
that's
little
the
reprise
cast.
for
That's
him.
the cast. Yeah. So
Okay.
you literally you spend the whole way going through this film.
Know that
going,
one. Know that one.
Yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely right. And it's a really,
Bit
really
like Knives Out.
Yeah, really fantastic cast. And it's that type of similar type of diverse mix. Yeah.
All these mixtures of different characters come together,
Yeah.
and then all hell breaks loose.
So basically, Frida and Jess are
Yeah.
working as waitresses at this fundraiser cocktail party.
Oh, right. So
which
they're not
has
even
been-
with the clique then. They're
No,
just-
no, which is being hosted by Slater King, by Shannon Tatum's character. And they decide to be cheeky little monkeys,
Oh.
and they snuck ball dresses in their work bag,
Yeah.
put the ball dresses on,
Yeah.
and then walked out as if they were guests into this
Do you know
charity
what? Genius
fundraiser.
idea.
Yeah, there we go. Anyway, so Frida's character is absolutely besotted by Slater,
Aw.
and he's going to do anything she can to make a beeline for
Yeah.
him, which she does, and they have an instant chemistry bond, which is like really kind of flirty and lovely and cool
Good.
and lovely,
Yes.
really, really good. Anyway, so the charity fundraiser kind of comes to an end. A couple of kind of things happen there, like
Yeah.
blah, blah. And as they're going off, Slater basically announces that he's taking a group of his mates to his private island. And
We've all been there.
yeah, anyway, so he leaves, and the two of them...
We have, actually.
The two girls basically are kind of sat there going, oh my god, we nearly got invited to Slater King's private island, the party island of the world.
Yes.
And oh my god, and so Jess says to Frida, did you get his phone number? And she's like, no, I didn't get his phone
No.
number. Anyway, obviously then Slater King comes back and goes, I don't suppose you guys would like to come, would you? And they're just like, dum dum dum.
Of course.
Anyway,
Girlfriend.
so they
that
said
sort of thing.
no, and that was the end of the movie. No, that's not true. Yeah, so they
Just
all
like that alien poster sent you.
so basically they all end up on this island,
Yeah.
which has got like a beautiful red house on it, and there are some kind of like native island people on
Yeah.
the island too,
Yeah.
like who's kind of yeah.
Nice word. I like that.
Yeah,
Good.
thank
Yeah.
you. And so basically, this is we're now kind of entering Saltburn. Is kind of what we're
Oh
happening with
wait.
this.
Okay.
It's
Well, I was
this-
hoping it was going down that route.
so it's basically it's like a hedonistic
Privileged.
champagne on
Yeah.
flow, weed, all
Yeah.
sorts of drugs and shit going on.
Okay.
And literally, it's just like day after day after day of partying.
Right.
And it all seems like this is idyllic thing, and
Yes.
people, you kind of get these little kind of like snippets of where we're going with this constant question of, do you know what day it is today? And like, everyone's like going, do you know what? I haven't got a clue. And it kind of carries on like that. Anyway, so we are now in the party bit of the film,
Yeah.
and I know that you're going to go and see this film, so I'm going to be very, very
Thank you.
guarded about what I say from here on in, because I think we're going to revisit this as a review and probably do a
100%.
little bit more.
Yes.
The kind of important thing is that Jess, the island is infested by this one particular snake. It's a real pest,
Okay.
and basically they have to kill them because they come in and everything.
Yeah.
Anyway, Jess unfortunately gets bitten by one of these snakes,
Right.
and it's venomous but not lethal.
Okay.
So
Yeah,
they're
need a
kind
bit
of-
of treatment.
Yeah, exactly. And then basically the venom obviously has an effect on Jess because she gets a little bit kind of necessary, and she's
Yeah.
talking to her friend Frida,
Yeah.
and she kind of says, I don't really like it here. There's something going on here.
Yeah.
You must be able to see it.
Yeah.
And Frieda's just like, mate, you've been bitten by a snake. It's totally understandable. Just calm down.
Okay,
Go to
yeah,
bed and just kind of chill out, okay? And Jess is kind of like, it's not that. And anyway, so that's what I'm going to
Did
say.
she do that? Did she go,
I don't think she
I
does.
really hope
she
she
has
does.
got the cheeks to do it.
I
to
bet,
be
yeah,
fair.
with freckles,
But
hasn't
no,
it?
I think that was my addition to the film.
Okay.
And how can you make this film better? She should have gone.
So all is not what it seems, basically.
And yes.
Good.
And then
I like the sound of
And
this.
then next week, when we review this film together,
We'll go a little bit deeper.
we can go a little bit deeper, and you can tell me how much I can possibly say.
So, because you can't give too much away.
Yeah, ask me questions because I
I'm
don't
gonna
really
ask-
feel like it's film review. at the
Exactly.
moment.
However, okay,
Yeah.
so give me, and I'm going to put you on the spot now, unfortunately. Give me at least one movie you would think that would have a...
A reference to it.
Thank you.
Oh, I've made some notes, James.
He's so pleased with himself. Tell me about your notes,
Damn,
Mr.
he asked the
Unger.
right question. Okay, so the first reference
Yes.
is Big Little Lies.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Okay.
So there is
Nicole Kidman type thing.
yeah, which also has Zoe Kravitz in it. Yeah.
Okay.
So
Which I
there-
still haven't seen.
oh, okay, fine. So so that reference doesn't really work for you. Would you like another one then?
Yes,
To
please.
kind of Angel Heart.
Has it?
Yeah, there
Right.
are little.
And her mum was in
her
it.
mum was in that. Yeah,
I like
absolutely.
that. Okay. Right.
Now,
Okay.
if,
My
now,
brain
if,
is starting
now,
to go a
if you
little...
ask, if you ask Zoe Kravitz
Yes.
what her references are for this film,
Mm-hmm.
she would say that it wasn't Jeffrey Epstein. She would say that this wasn't one particular life moment that she had. She would say that this is an amalgamation of lots of different life moments that she's had put into one film to make this storyline.
Ooh.
She's a dirty little shitbag.
Is she? I like her even
Yeah,
more.
no,
now.
it's,
Okay,
it's-
that sounds...
Okay, and I think that is enough of a setup for you
Okay.
to see this film without me ruining anything else. But please ask me any more questions.
Okay,
if you've got
two
any
more questions.
Yeah.
What genre is it?
I think we are looking at thriller.
Okay.
Okay.
Right. Last two questions. Will I like it, and what's the score?
Would you agree? What does IMDb say?
It says it's a psychological thriller, but also a mystery.
Right.
So
Okay.
yes.
Yeah.
Will I like it, and what's your score?
I think you will. Okay, we have to remember, because I love her, that this is Zoe Kravitz's directorial debut. Okay,
Right.
Stealing with that.
it's sorry, but it's really important for my score. I think it's a really good attempt, but I think it's a little bit of a miss. So if we're looking at a thriller,
A bit like the M. Night Shyamalan daughter movie.
no, it's not that bad.
Okay.
It's this is a film which should have spent more time. The film's split up wrong. So basically, it's 75% Party Island.
Yeah.
Conclusion.
Yeah.
I would have liked 30% Party Island, 30%
Intriguey thing.
build up,
Yeah.
30% conclusion,
I'm with you.
and I think that makes a big impact.
Spread out. Spread it all out.
Yeah. So I think this is it's a 6.8.
Okay. That's
It's,
fair.
it's a really it's a good
score.
film. Yeah,
Yeah.
it's a decent score for a decent film, and it could be better than it is. If you look at the casting in Saltburn compared to this,
Yeah.
the actors in Saltburn, the actors that were selected for Saltburn are more diverse. And the name we were trying to think of last week was Rosamund Pike,
Right.
and that's a perfect. You were talking about her, yeah,
Sure.
and that the casting of the parents in Saltburn is
Yes.
absolutely perfect.
Of course it is.
I mean, it's so lovely to see Christian Slater back doing what
Yeah.
he does best. And,
Last time I saw him was in Interview with the Vampire.
yeah, it's,
No, Mr. Robot, the television series.
Oh, I didn't see that.
Very big part in that movie, in that television series.
Okay, so
good.
That's
6.9.
6.8.
That's a good score. 6.8.
Yeah.
That's
It's
a good
7
score.
on IMDb.
Okay.
Fair enough.
I don't think you mentioned this. It also has Levon Hawke in it.
Go on, carry on. Who's Levon Hawke in it?
Think of the surname. Levon Hawke.
Oh, she's what's
Oh,
her name?
yeah.
He
Yeah.
is the son.
Uma's daughter.
Son. The son of Uma Thurman.
Oh,
and
does he
Ethan
play
Hawke.
Luke?
He does, yeah.
Oh, okay, fine.
Has he
Yeah,
got a similar
that's
face?
quite cool. Oh, there was one fact which you wanted me to say rather than you
So,
say, wasn't it?
yes, Zoe Kravitz started writing Blink, I need to say Blink 182 then, Blink twice under the original working title in 2017. And what was the original working title?
It was Pussy Island. which is quite
I
apt.
really want to watch that film now. Have they got loads of cats there?
Yeah, they have.
It's good for snakes.
When you're making a film, it's all the small things that matter.
A few facts which hopefully aren't spoilers.
Mm-hmm.
So in August the 21st... What?
I just made a Blink 182 joke and no one fucking got
didn't
it.
listen.
That wouldn't straight over my
What
head.
did you say?
I said it's all the small things that matter when you make a film. Seriously, you two are supposed to be musos.
That's their music video where they take the piss out of things like Backstreet Boys.
Nikki translates Blink.
Small thing that
Nikki translates any
so,
Blink
I
182
will
facts for me because it just goes
And
straight
the
over
lights
me.
off, carry me home. On August the 21st, 2024, which was 2 days prior to release,
Yeah.
Amazon MGM, so the studios, issued a trigger warning across all of their social media accounts.
Right.
The warning, which is shown before the US and UK theatrical release, which I'm hoping Peter can confirm, states Blink Twice is a psychological thriller about the abuse of power. While this is a fictionalised movie, it contains mature themes and depictions of violence, including sexual violence.
There wasn't even any brief sex in it. I was quite disappointed.
Oh, wasn't there?
No, I like brief sex.
So early on, this is not a spoiler. Earlier on, when Frida is watching her phone,
Yes.
there's a quick glimpse of a viral Lenny Kravitz video doing an abs workout in the gym.
Is that when he does that? And he's literally wearing a shirt, isn't
No,
he?
he always wears. So Zoe Kravitz,
Leather trousers at
Zoe
the gym.
Kravitz did a speech about her dad
Right.
at some guy, I think for his birthday or
Yeah.
something, and she was talking about the most important relationship in his life, and everyone obviously thought it was Lisa Bonet,
Of course.
but it was actually the mesh vest. Well, obviously I thought that's very funny.
And filming began on June the 23rd, 2022, with production occurring in Mexico.
Oh, okay, is that where it's from? There was also one other little reference which you're gonna get and like quite a lot.
Yeah.
There's a tiny little nod to The Shining in it.
Is there?
There is, yeah, absolutely.
Do you think that's because what's his gubbins is in it?
Which is Gubbins?
Isn't the kid who says I
Sixth
see?
Sense. No,
Oh, no,
so
that's
Sixth
the
Sense.
Sixth Sense.
Same
Okay.
No, I don't.
Okay, you've got my creative juices flowing now.
Yeah,
Good.
there
I'm
you
looking
go.
forward to seeing
I
it.
hope I've set it up nicely.
No, you have. I'm looking forward to seeing
without
it.
ruining it for you.
Thank you very, very much. So that is your Blink Twice.
You can't not say Blink 182, can you?
Same.
There we go.
Right, let's do it. So I went to the cinema on a Sunday.
Did you, James?
I did indeed.
And what did you go and see?
I went to see a fairly unknown movie at the local cinema called Cuckoo. It's initially I was flicking through what was on, and I came across this and I thought, I quite fancy the idea. And I've been looking at this attentively from the side. Purposely didn't read anything about it at all. The only thing I read in the story synopsis was body horror.
Oh, okay.
And I thought, here we go.
Is this A24 again? Are we back
No,
at
it's
A24?
not. It's not. It feels like it should be, but it's not.
Oh, yeah, I thought it was.
Yeah, you'd think it would be, but it's not at all. No, it's based in Germany. It is. It's a very, very simple. It's got nothing to do with A24. I'm just giving you a location.
Okay.
Don't worry about that.
Sorry,
I'm not making a
I
reference.
put the two
I'm not
together
making a
in my
reference
head.
to A24 in Germany.
Okay.
There's no cultural reference at all. However. This is an incredibly simple story. With the story itself is quite thin on the plot, and the plot itself is quite thin as well. So I'll just jump straight in there. So the story starts with a young family travelling to a secluded spot in the middle of a German forest.
Mm-hmm. Is it in English or German?
It's in English. I thought it was going to be a little bit in German as well. I thought, quite subtitled movie. I'm getting very excited, but no, there's a little bit of subtitles in it. So there's a young family travelling through a forest to a secluded area in a forest in Germany, and you've got a young parent, young father, young mother. You've got a really young daughter who's 8 years old, and that 8-year-old is mentioned all the way through the movie. The date of that, and they've got an older daughter as well. Okay, now it's immediately obvious that the older daughter is from a previous marriage to said father.
Yeah.
Because they've mentioned the mum quite a few times, the fact that, and she keeps listening to voicemails from her mum when she's back in the car. It is obvious that this 17-year-old girl does not want to be in this car. It's obvious that the 17-year-old wants to be back with her mum, which is obviously with her dad and her new stepmom and her new stepsister. So it's immediately tense right from the very beginning of this film. So you're going through, and it's And another thing is really, really obvious is that the parents are doting completely over this 8-year-old and almost completely ignoring the 17-year-old completely. And you can understand that there's tension and stress going on all the way through. So you get to the secluded spot, and then you realise that they're going to see the father's boss in Germany. And the father's boss is played by Dan Stevens. Dan Stevens is famous for Downton Abbey, thank you very much. And also The Guest, and also Beauty and the Beast. Never knew he was from German heritage, because obviously his German is absolutely spot on. And he plays a character called Mr. Klong.
Does he now?
K-O-N... Klong?
No. Okay.
Go on, you pronounce it.
Koenig.
Yeah, yes, him as well.
Mr. King.
Yes.
He was also in Fire Saga, which is the Will Ferrell Eurovision movie.
He was, exactly. Yes, thank you very much. Yes.
I saw that one.
Yeah, he's the one that the girl gets with.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, there we go.
However, so Dan Stevens plays this charismatic boss of said father, and he plays an unusual level of interest in said 8-year-old daughter in car. Okay, when they turn up, and it's a bit creepy. It's a little bit overly zealous, and he's like, "Hello," and he speaks like that. So don't worry about it. I'm not being racist, he says, backtracking just slightly. Now, obviously, they're in the middle of a forest. They're in this beautiful location. There's lots of sciencey things going on in this place. There's little labs going on in this location.
So it's not a campsite?
It's not a campsite. No.
No, you said it was intense.
Anyways, he's been away for a week.
He
It's
pegged
great,
that
isn't
joke
it?
down,
Yeah,
didn't he?
exactly. Yeah. Trying to get the word camp in it, but I just can't get the word camp in anywhere at all. Yeah. So so it's obvious they've come to this location because the daughter cannot speak. The daughter is mute, and the daughter is using an electronic device to communicate with the outside world. She types in. No, she types in it again.
Oh, okay.
So she's able to type in, and obviously because they come to Germany, she's able to type and translate to Germany, and vice versa, and everybody's very happy about that.
Cool.
He said. Now during this time, every so often when they're standing there chatting, you hear the odd unsettling noise coming from the perimeter of the forest.
Yeah.
And so you immediately know you're in for some trouble in the forest. Don't go into the forest. Don't look into the forest. It's a bit creepy. There's some noises coming from there. Nothing, and they do kind of say, "Don't go into the forest. It's a bit creepy."
What was that other film which is based in a forest?
That's the M. Night Shyamalan one.
What is that called?
That was called Watched.
Oh, no, not recently.
You're
Like
not on
years
about
and years.
Blair Witch, are you?
No, it's about a little community in.
Oh, you're talking about the other M. Night Shyamalan movie, which was and the twist was it's actually set in modern day. Yeah, and had a Joaquin Phoenix in it.
And had monsters.
That's correct. Very, very good movie. However, it's not that. So it's called The Village.
It is called The Village.
Thank you.
And we just started talking about films that we've not seen for ages.
I know.
We'll come back to that.
So, as the movie goes forward, it is obvious. So what happens is Mr. King, Mr. Klong, is
Koenig.
there. Yeah, Koenig is there to solve and take care of the 8-year-old's lack of voice, basically.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, okay.
Got you.
So the movie continues, and then halfway through the movie, it immediately twists. And what happens is things start coming out of the forest that make a certain amount of noise that adds the whole world to vibrate. Okay? The whole world vibrates, and not in that way. And also time travels backwards slightly, but it repeats itself continuously.
Oh, right, okay. That's not where I thought you were going.
No, exactly. I'm going to put this down now, okay? Because I'll tell you the reason why. Because up until that point, you're thinking to yourself, there's some meat on the bones in this.
Yeah.
This could be quite interesting. It's very low-key. There's hardly any special effects in it, but it's super creepy. And it draws this out to a conclusion that, quite frankly, I felt was a little bit disappointing, personally. Okay. Now, I don't like to be spoon-fed a storyline.
No.
I don't like to be spoon-fed any backstories at all. I would like to see it as a story in itself presented to you by the director and by the storyteller. That's what you're getting. You're not stupid. Work it out
Yeah.
yourself type thing. There is nothing to work out in this film. And that's what the problem is, okay?
Right.
Because there's no meat on the bone
It's
after
all
that
a
fight.
bit on the plate.
Yeah, and unfortunately, nothing's really explained to the point where you kind of lose the plot, literally, with this film. So I was slightly disappointed with this film. I will probably watch it again with Sophie, because she didn't come with me, so I'll see whether I can sort of dialogue with her about this. I think I'd be intrigued to know what other people think about this film, because I walked out thinking to myself, meh. It could have been something. I don't know whether I missed something. I'm sort of doubting myself whether I missed something or not.
Is it similar to any other films you've seen in the past?
It's similar. It's similar to Watched. There's all those elements going on there. It's similar to The Village. It's similar to.
Right, okay.
It's even got a little bit of Ex Machina thrown in there as well. So there's a few things going on there. There's a few lovely references, but it doesn't seem to. They're throwing things at the wall and nothing seems to stick. That's how I feel about it.
Okay, I'll go and see it this week, and I'll let you know what.
Please
I think
do.
about it. Yeah.
Please do. I just felt I walked down and thought I was a little bit disappointed. That's what I can put out. I give it a 6.4.
Right. Okay. So that's not a disastrous score.
It's
for you.
not good for me. I'm usually quite.
You are quite generous.
Yeah,
I
I usually am quite generous. So anyway, that's my.
Cinematographically. What's the word? How can I sit in a room with
You're
two
asking
dyslexics and not know how to say cinematography?
That's right, cinematography.
No, but
Cinematic. Cinematic.
Anyway,
Was it pretty?
the score on IMDb is 6.4.
Oh, is it?
It's what?
6.4. Did you recognise?
That's what I give it.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Did you recognise the gentleman who played Louis?
The dad?
Yes.
Yes.
Martin Corcus.
That's right. Yes, exactly.
So he is in Lord of the Rings: Return of the King.
Yep.
He is also in The Equalizer, The Amazing Spider-Man 2, and Triple X.
That's right. And you know what? He usually plays a formidable, dark baddie. In this film, he doesn't. Which kind of left me a little bit. Meh.
And usually I have lots of facts to give you.
You do?
There's literally one.
Go for it. What is it?
Originally scheduled to be released on May the 3rd, but it was delayed to August 9th for undisclosed reasons.
Okay. It's one of these films that I feel a little bit sort of in the air about, because I'm not too sure how much I enjoyed it, because I don't know whether I'm digesting it incorrectly. I have no idea. Cinematography.
Cinematographically.
Yes.
Yes.
Cinematography.
Cinematography.
So anyways, that's my 6.4. That's my score for Cuckoo. Cuckoo. And there's a I can't mention what Cuckoo reference is, because that kind of gives away the one of the plot twists in the movie. And to be fair, that did bounce back a little bit near the end. I thought, I like that.
Okay. Because Cuckoo would suggest there was a particular thing that's going to happen in a film.
Does
I
Dr.
can't say
Dolittle
anything.
show up?
Yes.
There we go.
Right, we'll
Played by
crack on
Dr.
and
Doom.
Head back to that next week.
Yes, please. Okay, so
Out of interest, what day of the week would you watch it?
Tuesday night.
Okay.
Yeah.
How to make it better?
Sounds like it's quite a lot.
Yeah, Samuel L. Jackson.
I think they need to go back to the drawing board with it.
Okay, that's
First,
fair.
to be fair.
Right, next.
Petey McPete, you went to see Despicable Me 4.
So I didn't go and see.
Ah.
It's actually available to stream.
Oh, it's so you paid for
I
streaming.
paid an absolute fortune.
Did you?
Yeah, I paid. So I got home from seeing Blink twice.
Yeah.
And Finn was just like, "Do you fancy watching a movie?" And I was just like, "Yeah,
Great.
yeah, let's do that." I said, "What do you want to watch?" And we wanted to watch something which we couldn't find.
Yes.
So I said, "How about Despicable Me 4?" And Finn was just
And he
like,
said, "How about your homework?" And you went, "We'll talk about that later."
and anyway, so we watched it at home. And so what I have to say about Despicable Me 4,
Yes.
it's a U certificate.
Yes.
It's 1 hour 34 minutes long.
So it's not a horror movie.
It's just less than a
Just-
horror
Yeah.
movie.
It's Fred's on Peter's review.
I'm a big fan of the Despicable Me's.
They're very clever.
And anything Minion.
Yes.
And
Steve Carell's very good.
Yeah, Steve Carell's in it, and we've got Will Ferrell playing the Maxime, who's like the new villain.
Oh, really?
And you wouldn't know it was him. To be fair, he's playing a very, very, very strong French accent in it.
All right.
This is. I don't need to do a review of this film because it is basically every other Despicable Me movie. The additions to this one is that the Gru and Lucy family has a new addition to it.
Really?
There's a new little baby in it. And the baby is very, very attached to Lucy and not so attached to Gru. We're then taken back to Gru's school of evilness.
Yes.
Basically the villain was one of his old schoolmates, and who they basically had a school rivalry.
He's always got a past relationship with these people, hasn't he?
Basically, this movie is like a tick box of things that need to be in it to make it a Despicable Me film.
Exactly, yes.
So basically, the feud between them kind of kicks off again.
Right.
And basically, Will Ferrell's character, Maxime, has basically changed himself into half man, half cockroach.
Wow.
So basically that's the villain character in this.
I'm with
piece.
you, right.
He is...
Supercock.
Yes.
Yes.
He's arrested, put in prison, and then basically decides that he's going to do away with Gru. And so he escapes from prison, which basically means that Gru and his family have to be relocated.
Oh, no.
So one of the standard tick boxes in Despicable Me is that they're then relocated to a witness protection thing.
Of course, which is completely inappropriate for their whole family, I can imagine.
Exactly,
exactly.
Right. And they're living...
Where are you going to put your unicorn?
Yeah, they're living next door to a mega rich family who
Of
go
course.
to the country club and play tennis and everything like that. And their daughter, which I love this. So the
rich family's daughter.
The rich family's daughter is a skinny, long-legged redhead called Poppy.
Ah.
Which is basically my daughter.
Yes.
And so she comes onto screen and says her name's Poppy, which me and Finn thought was absolutely hysterically funny.
Of course you did, yeah.
And
did you pause it, take a photograph, and then send it to Poppy?
No, we just called it down.
Of course you did.
Yeah, and rewound. Yeah,
exactly.
Absolutely.
Poppy, you're on the television.
And that is basically the story.
Yeah,
obviously a fight ensues, something happens,
of course,
and then there's a lovely soft bit at the moment. So I haven't mentioned any minions.
No.
There are minion bits in it, but it lacks a lot of
really?
minion comedy because literally as soon as it starts, like even the bit before the film, the Illumination or whatever the production company is called, it's every time I see a minion sketch, I just laugh.
I know.
And there's just not enough minion laughs in it. So there's one brilliant scene with Jelly, just makes me laugh. It's absolutely hysterically funny. Right. But so I think they lacked a little bit of
minion action
and a little bit of originality. It does kind of feel that maybe they should stop making.
4 was it's a lot of films.
There's a lot more than that too, because there's been a lot of minion movies along the way
and
as
there's been
well.
Gru movies as well in between as well.
So I would say let's leave it alone now.
Yeah.
Come
on, we know, guys.
I didn't dislike it at all, and if I hadn't seen any of the other Despicable Me's, I would have thought it was a really good film.
Yeah.
The thing that is absolutely outstanding, like absolutely incredible, is the quality of animation that they've got on this film now. When it first starts, there's a shot of the side of the car and the wheel, and it looks like a real car. I mean, it is absolutely brilliant. The animation is phenomenal, like top notch, and it's like because we've seen some animation films now. Yeah. And this really stands out as the quality of animation is absolutely fantastic, but the plot
they're old school, aren't they? It's a bit like Toy Story.
Yeah, the plot just isn't different enough, and unfortunately, the longer you repeat certain things, it's
the less you care.
The less you care. Because you've seen they've done it before. But as a waste of 1 hour and 34 minutes,
it was a lovely evening.
It was pretty decent.
It was a lovely evening. Good stuff.
Decent.
What score are you going to give it?
I'm going to give it a flat 6.
Okay, good. How would you make it better? Don't do another one.
I think, they just need to let it go. That's it. We're done. I mean, that doesn't make this one any better, but it's, that's...
Nikky, have you got any facts for us?
6.2 on IMDb. Steve Coogan's in it.
Oh, is he?
Yes, he is. He does the voice of Silas.
Yes.
Oh, okay. Yeah,
I think he's been in pretty much most of them.
Yeah.
That's a small scientist, isn't it?
Yes,
Yes.
I think so.
Head
Yeah.
Silas.
Much
Silas is the head of the anti-villain league.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's the big fat jowly chinned one, I think.
Okay, that's not who I was thinking.
Yeah.
Much like in Despicable Me 3, which was in 2017, Agnes, who's the youngest daughter, had to be recast once again due to age requirements.
I think that's happened in every one.
It has happened to everyone. Miranda Cosgrove,
Yeah.
who does the voice of Margot,
Yeah.
was 17 when she voiced Margot in the first film, and by the time this fourth film,
34.
close, she's 31
No.
when the movie entered production. When Gru and his family break into the castle, the plaque on the desk reads Principal Ubel Scholecht. And this translates as Principal Bad Bad.
Principal Bad Bad.
And then the name of Gru's alma mater is Lychee Pass Bon. Translating from French to English, the name is High School No Good.
It's high school, yeah, pas bon.
Yeah.
Pasbon.
No good. Bon.
Yeah, pas bon. Not
Bon.
good.
There we go,
It's,
that's your fact.
Thank you very much.
Yeah, I said 6.2 on IMDb, didn't I?
Yeah, you did indeed.
Amazing.
Fantastic. Okay, well, so that's so you've had a triple bill tonight on our podcast. We've had. What have we had?
Despicable Me 4.
Yeah, and
Blink
we've also
Twice,
had Blink Twice,
and
and we've
Cuckoo.
also had Cuckoo as well.
I'm glad you're paying attention.
Thank you very much. So, exactly. Well, this is the time I'm going to hand you over to young Peter and explain about the homework that I
No,
gave him
you're
last
not.
week. Aren't I?
No,
No.
reviews time.
Because we've had some reviews in.
Have we?
Honestly,
Yeah.
James, it's like you haven't done 44 of these fucking things.
Over to you, Nikki.
Thank you. So I might as well start off with everyone's favourite Ungar. I thought he was going to react to that. Finn Ungar, who watched with Mr. Peter Ungar,
All right, okay.
sent in a review. He said,
Hi, Finn.
Minions review, good
Yes.
film, but the villain was bad. Isn't that the whole point of
That's the whole point, then.
it? Okay. They're getting
Not that kind of bad.
they're getting progressively worse since the first Despicable Me. However, it had a good plot, and he's given it a 4.65.
God, he's worse than you are.
Oh yeah, no, but he gave a reason as to why he gave 4.65. There's one more line under that review that you need to read out.
You didn't send it.
I sent it to you as a message from me, as a copy and
Oh,
pasted.
the villain made it frop about 3 points.
Really?
So it would have been a 7 point.
But the villain just ruined it. Oh, okay.
Yeah,
The apple didn't fall from the tree with you two, did it, really?
he's a prick, isn't he?
No comment.
Isn't he a prick?
Where's he learnt that from?
Don't know.
Yeah, he got it from his mother.
Next.
Okay, so we have received a review of It Ends With Us.
Now, that's a film that we haven't seen. That's Mrs. Deadpool,
Mrs.
isn't it?
Deadpool,
Yes, with the
yes.
giant mole.
We're gonna get leave her mole alone.
I like her Morley. I like her. Now, we've obviously been... It's not been our first movie that we wanted to go and see because obviously, for several different reasons. I'd be interested to see what Sue said about it.
Okay,
Who?
Sue.
Sue Ratcliffe.
Hi, Sue.
Hi, Sue.
So she says, "Hi there, Sue here, first time reviewer.
Long-time listener.
Did Sue not do one in like week 2 or something?
No.
Who was
No.
that?
That's Hammer.
Ah,
Yes.
Gonna
I always
try
get
and
Sue.
go
From
back.
Tucker TV.
Hang on, let me try and go back in because it's suddenly decided to delete stuff.
Oh,
Uh-oh.
have you found it?
Got it.
Get it?
Popcorn Pundits asked if I'd review It Ends With Us film based on Colleen Hoover, 2016 novel.
Right.
Having read the books a couple of years ago, I was intrigued to see the film they'd made from it.
Right.
I felt the film mostly stuck to the book plot and the locations well chosen. I particularly loved Lily's florist shop as it was just how I imagined it, somewhere I'd love to visit. Although advertised as a romantic film, the subject matter, brackets domestic violence and its effects, is obviously a serious thought-provoking topic which I was somewhat dealt with quite sensitively. I was initially sceptical about Blake Lively being cast as Lily,
because
who's
of
the
a mole.
main lady. However, I did warm to her and felt she betrayed Lily as the beautiful, determined, strong yet fragile woman she is. I think she means portrayed.
Okay.
I also loved Brendan Skelnar as Atlas, Lily's first love.
Atlas.
I know, great
name.
I was unsure of Justine Budari as Riley.
Not such a great name.
But that's probably born out of the fact I didn't find him attractive and therefore wondered why she fell deeply in love with him.
Aww.
Ha 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 ha. Overall, I enjoyed the film and found it thought-provoking. Wondering if they will make a second book, It Starts With Us, into the film, having heard lots of press about a feud on set with Blake Lively and Bladoni.
She give us a little background story there as well.
I'm figuring they won't be leads in it. I give it a 7 out of 10.
Right.
Thank you, Sue.
Yeah, great work, Sue. Brilliant.
Just checking.
What are they going to call a sequel of Blink 2?
Blink 182.
Wink. What score did you give it?
7 out of 10, sorry.
7 out of 10.
7.10.
7 out of 10. Thank you very much, Sue.
Wicked, Sue. Thanks very much.
Wonderful. And if you've got a review of that film, let us know and send it in to us.
Brilliant.
Have we got any more reviews, Nikky McNicky?
We do, but it's a review of Peter's homework, so I thought we should let Peter lead this.
Oh, well, you're going to lead this.
Yeah.
Over to you, Peter Unger.
Last week, James, you set me the task of watching a 2016 film called Arrival.
Yes.
This is a 12A.
Mm-hmm.
It's 1 hour 56 minutes long.
Too long for a horror movie.
And it stars the wonderful Amy Adams, as you would say, and Jeremy Renner, and Forrest Whitaker, who's absolutely,
I like him a lot.
Absolutely wicked. And
Amy's my favourite.
That's all I've got.
That's all you got. And why is that all? And why is that all you've got? Did the dog eat your homework?
No, I went to Amsterdam and got smashed and watched the Grand Prix.
All right, then.
I'm really sorry.
Go team.
There are
So what's your promise for next week?
that I'm going to go to Milan and watch the Grand Prix. No, that's not it, is it?
No, it's not.
I am going to watch Arrival.
Yes.
However, I have heard a rumour
Yes.
that maybe the best film podcaster on the planet has maybe reviewed this film. Maybe.
Well,
I haven't, but thank you.
the best podcast reviewer is going to incite you to go and watch this movie tonight.
It's the wonderful Mr. Lawrence.
It is. Over to you, Lawrence Ratcliffe.
So he has done what we always tell people to do.
That's
We
right.
always tell people to let us know what they think of Peter's homework. So here's Lawrence for you.
Thanks, Lawrence.
Hi, Popcorn Pundit, Lawrence here. I thought I would pick up Peter's homework and give you a quick review of Arrival. I've only ever seen it once when it came out of the cinema. That was back in 2016. I did have to look that up. Saw it on Friday night on Netflix. What a film it is. Oh my goodness me. It made me cry at the beginning. It made me cry at the end. The pacing of it is amazing. It's 2 hours, just blows by. The acting is amazing. The story's great. It's really believable. I love it when you get these sort of big world events and they're kind of underpinned by this kind of human story. Especially if you're a parent, you're going to think about it. Actually, watching it twice made me, not watching it twice, but having rewatched it, and also I'd forgotten what the big kind of twist was around it. But it's amazing. These are a different sort of alien than we talked about the other week with Alien: Romulus. I absolutely loved it. I'd give it an 8.5. Keep up the good work, guys. Speak soon. Cheers, bye.
He also said, I also forgot to mention the music and sound, which is amazing.
There you go.
I'm going to watch it tonight.
There you go. I like to think that Lawrence has enthused you.
I keep forgetting to subscribe to his podcast, but I should do. He is the best film reviewer I've ever met. He's amazing.
It's called the Popcorn Pundit.
Could do special guest in.
We could do.
Let's special guest in.
We could do. Absolutely. Yeah, let's do that. Let's go.
Maybe for the 1 year anniversary.
Great idea.
52 weeks?
I know.
It's not that far away. That's only like
7 weeks away.
Yeah,
I'm really sorry. I did get to see some. I mean,
You don't need to apologise. You watched Despicable Me 4 instead.
Well, in a week of PE 50th hedonism,
Yes.
I still managed to see 2 films.
You did, which we are, indebted to you.
You are.
So
there you have it.
Normally you'll set Peter's homework, so his homework is now Arrival.
Yeah, exactly.
What films are we going to be watching next week?
Well, I'm going to be watching Blink twice.
And I'm going to be watching Cuckoo and Arrival.
And I'm also going to be watching Kneecap as well.
Are you watching Beetlejuice, or is that the week after?
I think that's the week after.
Okay.
Yes.
Can we talk about the snazzy thing that we did before the podcast, where we looked at the the streaming platform that we use for listening to our own voices.
Yeah.
I just thought it might be a good thing to make a big point of it, because it's quite cool, isn't it?
Tell me all about it, you
Go
two
for it,
technical
Peter.
gurus.
So basically,
Yes.
if you use any of the podcast streaming platforms, when you click onto the homepage before you press play,
Yes.
there's a little line underneath that which says "Send text message to the Popcorn Pundits."
No.
So it's even easier now
To
for
give-
you to give. Let me speak when you ask me to say something. Just saying
Yeah.
that it's so easy now to send a message.
Is it?
But the only thing is, there's a thing.
Yes, there is.
There's a thing, and
What
that's
is
why
the
that's the thing. I'm thinking. When you send us a message from the podcast streaming platform,
Yeah.
it doesn't actually say who the message is from.
It's like an anonymous. It could be anything.
But we don't want them to be anonymous.
No.
We like to give credit to people
I think
Of
so.
course.
who actually leave us a message. So if you do leave us a message in that format, which we'd really like you to do, because we think it's really cool and
think it's
geeky,
Very cool.
please just put your name at the bottom of
That's a
it.
Yeah.
great idea.
That's it.
So, thank you, Peter. So, just above where it says the description of each episode,
Yep.
there is literally a button, as Peter said, that says send a text message or message to Pundits.
Yes, sir.
Literally click on it, it will open a page, write whatever you want to write, and hit send, and it's instantaneous.
It's so groovy.
It's
How
really
cool
cool,
is that?
actually.
That's a
It's
great
really
idea.
Cool.
So there you have it. So 3 films, or actually 4 films, reviewed today
Yeah.
on the Popcorn Pundits.
5?
Week 45.
44.
45 next week.
45 next.
Next week.
Apart from text messages, how can people find us, contact us, etc.?
We have a fantastic YouTube channel which you can see our beautiful faces on, and you can actually watch the entire podcast on a YouTube channel, and you can also contact us through that as well. Anything else, Peter?
You can find us on Facebook.
Mm-hmm.
We have an Instagram page.
We do.
And you can message us through both of those.
That's right.
You can also leave a comment under our YouTube video, which
That's
we'll pick up and use on upcoming weeks.
Mm-hmm.
If you know us personally, you can send us a telegram.
Yep.
And or you can just tell
Or a
us.
pigeon.
Tell us, am I right?
Or now.
Yeah, exactly. I'm
We-
quite happy with that.
We love a voice note.
We love a voice note.
And they can message us about anything if they want to
Well,
recommend
something to
any
do with film. So just asking about groceries or things.
Maybe. What groceries would you buy with
Mind
this
you,
film?
I have been cooking
God.
fruit loaves
No,
recently.
we don't want to go over the hour. So if you want to review films that we've reviewed, maybe even recommend films for the pundits too, then please get in touch.
Yeah.
Who's preparing us out?
Oh, quick as possible, me. Ba-ba-ba-ba-ba-ba-ba-ba-ba-ba-ba.
Popcorn Pundits.
Wow, Lawrence is going to love that speed.
Week 44.
Is that it?
That's it.